The Galactic Security Council's emergency session had been going in circles for 6 hours. Ambassador Kethron of the Altarian Collective paced frantically around the holographic display showing the crisis zone. 3 systems completely cut off by an artificial barrier of unknown origin. The Vex High Confederation refuses all diplomatic contact, reported the Zephyrian delegate, her crystalline form flickering with agitation. They've sealed off the Kepler sector entirely. No ships in, no communications out. 17 billion civilians trapped inside. Our greatest philosophers have attempted reasoning with them, added the elderly wisdom keeper of the Brahani. They respond only with demands for total galactic submission. Supreme Chancellor Vor slammed his forearmed bulk against the table. This is intolerable. The Vex High were a minor power yesterday. Now they claim to have some ultimate weapon and make threats against the entire galaxy. Around the table, representatives of 47 species argued, postured, and proposed increasingly desperate solutions. Military strikes were impossible. The barrier surrounding the Kepler sector deflected everything they threw at it. Diplomatic overtures were ignored. Economic sanctions were meaningless against a completely isolated enemy. In the back of the chamber, Ambassador Jackson sat quietly, occasionally glancing at his tablet. His relaxed posture stood in stark contrast to the panic around him. Finally, as the argument reached a crescendo about launching a full-scale evacuation of nearby systems, he cleared his throat. "Excuse me," he said in a calm voice that somehow carried over the chaos. The room fell silent. Every eye, natural, artificial, or compound, turned toward the human representative. "Yes, Ambassador Jackson?" Chancellor Vorth asked with barely concealed impatience. "Does Earth have some brilliant diplomatic solution?" Jackson stood slowly, adjusting his simple black suit. "Actually, we've been monitoring this situation for the past 3 days. We've tried reaching out to the Vex High through back channels, offering mediation, compromise, even generous trade agreements." He paused, consulting his tablet. "They responded by threatening to demonstrate their power on human colonies first." The chamber stirred uneasily. Ambassador Kethron's antennae twitched. "Surely that's just bluster. The humans are known for their patience. Perhaps if we coordinated a joint diplomatic—" "No," Jackson interrupted quietly. "We're done with diplomacy." A chill settled over the room. The Brahani wisdom keeper leaned forward. "What exactly do you mean, Ambassador?" Jackson's expression never changed, but something in his eyes made several delegates instinctively step back. "I mean exactly what I said." "Fine. We'll handle it." The effect was immediate and dramatic. Chancellor Vorth activated his emergency communicator with trembling hands. "Security alert level Omega. All civilian. Traffic is to clear the Kepler sector immediately. Repeat, all non-essential vessels are to maintain a minimum 50 light-year safety perimeter." 50 light-years? Kethron's voice cracked. "The blast radius of our most powerful weapons barely reaches 1 light-year. That's not for the Vex High." The Zephyrian delegate whispered, her form dimming. "That's for whatever the humans are about to do." Jackson simply nodded to his aide, who sent a brief, encrypted message. "Terran Defense Command has been authorized to resolve this situation. Estimated completion time, 47 minutes. The chamber erupted in controlled panic. Species that had warred with each other for millennia suddenly found themselves huddled together, united in their fear of what humanity considered a solution. "What are you going to do?" demanded Chancellor Vorth. Jackson was already packing his tablet. "We're going to handle it. I suggest you evacuate any ships within the safety perimeter. After that," he shrugged, "the Vex High will no longer be a problem." As alarms began blaring throughout the station, Ambassador Kethron grabbed Jackson's arm. "This is madness. What could possibly require such extreme?" The Vex High made two critical errors. Jackson replied, gently removing the aliens' grip. First, they threatened civilians. Second, they specifically threatened human civilians. His expression remained perfectly calm, but his words carried the weight of inevitability. When humans say, "Fine, I'll handle it," we don't mean we're going to try harder. We mean the problem is about to stop existing. Exactly 43 minutes later, the Kepler sector barrier simply vanished, along with the 3-star systems inside it. Long-range sensors detected no debris, no energy signatures, no trace that the Vex High Confederation had ever existed. When questioned later, Terran Command's only official statement was, "Problem resolved. No further action necessary." The galaxy learned that day why most species preferred to solve their own problems rather than let humans handle it.